The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 28, Nasdaq is down 12, S&P's up 4.5, gold contract up $2.80, trading at $15.72 an ounce. You have silver up 27 cents, $17.48 an ounce. Light sweet crude off 20 cents, $53.26 a barrel. We're going to get oil this morning.
That's right. Some action in oil already.
Notes and bonds. You get the 10-year note up 8 ticks at 130.28. The 30-year up 20 at 161.30. Now, notes and bonds, folks, they've rejected lower price again this morning. They're going forward once again. Higher price, lower yield. They get volume behind the move. Pretty amazing, actually. King dollar up 70 ticks, trading 98.08. The euro is at 110. The yen is out here at 109, and the pound is at 130 to $1 US. Apple, monster numbers, man.
I would say so, man.
And, you know, what you have with Apple here is that it's actually just testing its highs, so the market even wants more, which is pretty amazing. But the bottom line is that those numbers were monsters.
$1 billion a day in revenue? How's that?
Totally. And, you know, the iPhone itself, this big margin in that iPhone,
yes.
And they come in with those numbers. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks at TD Ameritrade Think or Swim, as we do every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And don't forget, folks, every trading day right here, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. If you want to understand the option market, option strategies, amazing show, futures. If you haven't test driven yet the Think or Swim platform, real easy to do. Hit the banner, right? You're sitting on the site right now. Hit that banner, bring it up. They'll allow you to trade with paper money each and every day. You can follow Kevin and his team. Kevin Hinks, what's going on?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Tommy. I want to start this conversation off with a little perspective. Okay?
Yes.
Now, pay attention to these numbers, everyone. Apple's wearables, right?
Yes.
The iPad, basically the earbuds.
Yep.
Had $10 billion in revenue this quarter, right? The services, $12 billion in revenue. Combine those, $22 billion. So $10 billion and $12 billion. Starbucks' entire quarter was $7 billion.
Wow.
Yeah, it's mammoth, man.
That
So
is
think
amazing.
about that. Earbuds brought in more revenue than all of Starbucks.
That is
in
amazing.
the quarter.
Yeah. We're gonna be watching everyone with these little white things running around the cities.
Starbucks
Well,
needs
I'll
to
tell you
figure
what,
it out.
Tommy, do what I do. Do the health club test.
Okay.
Look on the treadmills around your health club. Look around your health club. Everyone's got earbuds in.
Yeah.
Well, if I look at
I mean,
myself,
8 out of 10 people.
I'm wearing them, so I'm wearing them. Kevin. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
I'm the
I
older
have them. I have
generation
2
one. They
pair.
still work, but I am, so it's amusing. Yeah.
Yep. It's amazing how popular these things have become out of nowhere.
Yes.
You know, think about it. Did they need to buy Beats if the earbud was going to become so popular? Probably not, but
Yeah.
they didn't pay a lot for Beats, so it's okay.
Right.
It is amazing when you think about it.
Yeah.
The thing that's amazing is that, you know, you have the iPhone, of course, but when you're talking buds, like, they're so tiny, and the profit margin in the buds are insane, too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, yeah, it is.
And that's what, remember we were talking about yesterday about Apple's, where historically traded on earnings versus where it's trading now in terms of PE. And it's high. It's historically high, right? It historically was a 15, now it's a 26, and probably a little higher now. But the higher margins on wearables and services give it a higher PE,
Sure.
right? You can justify because it's a higher margin business. Now, does it justify 26? We're going to find out over the next couple trading days if it justifies a 26. But you know, it justifies higher than a 15 probably because the margins are higher on these other services that become more and more of a fraction of their business.
It is amazing. You know, when you just go back, I'm just looking at these numbers right now. 2016, they took in $75 billion for the year, 75.9
for the quarter, right?
For the quarter. Oh my God, that's right, for the quarter. Yes, for the quarter. So for the year, they took in $215 billion. This year, they're looking for $282. That's like that's in a billion.
My friends and I were talking about next holiday season. They're forecasting 98.3. They might have a $100 billion revenue quarter next holiday.
The ecosystem that Apple has set up, it's all encompassing.
Yes.
It takes over every part of it, and slowly but surely, they're coming for your wallet as well. They're going to take about the payable part of it as well. That's getting bigger and bigger. But there's virtually no part of your life now that Apple is not either touching or trying to touch.
And you know what they have? They have every generation.
Sure.
Yep.
That's kind of unique in itself.
Those AirPods are huge with the younger kids
for
too.
sure.
And Apple TV is about to get the baby, right?
They're not going to change.
No.
I mean, you get someone that's 16 years old, they're not going to like turn 25 and say, okay, now I want a Sprint phone. It ain't going to happen.
Right.
No, I don't see Sprint earbuds.
No, it's so true.
No, it's not going to happen.
But it's amazing. So we move on from one behemoth to the next company today that's is trying to be a behemoth, and its stock trades like it's a behemoth, and that's Tesla. We're going to cover Facebook and Tesla today in Fast Market.
I like
a lot to do. I mean, these shows write themselves, guys. You just get in there and throw it around. But Facebook and Tesla are the two names we're covering today. Should be a great show.
Huge. And, Tesla, I mean, it's hard to comprehend. They're still running a 17.5% short position. I mean, I don't know how they do that, but it's like.
How'd you like to have that short position on your sheets from a couple $100 ago?
I'm not even into it, and I have nightmares about it.
that leaves deep wounds. Let's put it that way.
Seriously. And of course, Facebook. They're coming out with numbers too, right?
Yep.
They're right at the top of their range, man. I mean. They're going to look for $20.9 billion out here today.
Not bad.
God.
Yeah, I mean, these companies, Facebook in general, they're under so much scrutiny from the government, from foreign governments, from everybody, and all they do is make money.
Well, when you look at this is amazing, actually. So they're looking for $20.9 billion this quarter, folks. And they only took in $27.6 billion in 2016 for the whole year.
I was scrolling through Instagram today, and within the stories, multiple ads in between stories. So now is that it seems normal. So it's like you go from one story, you have multiple ads in another story.
I see.
Tommy, they are learning very quickly, just like they monetized Facebook to monetize Instagram now, and Instagram is becoming a behemoth, its own behemoth.
Isn't it amusing? I said to myself, you know what? I'm like used to that. And how are you used to multiple ads? It used to be they showed an ad every so often, right? Now you see multiple ads before you get to the next person's story. And in light of them coming out tonight, my brain kind of said, my goodness, I'm actually used to this, and I'm just swiping past it.
Yeah.
But guess what? They're paying for it, man. They just got dinged up. Facebook just rang the register on that swipe. So,
that's intense.
It is.
And I mean, if you go back a couple of years ago, I mean, the market thought that they wouldn't be able to really monetize.
How can they get in? Like, how far can they push the ads, right? That's what I said today. My goodness, it's not even one every other ad. They actually squeezed 2 in a row, and I thought it was normal.
It all has to do, Tommy, with how much the consumer will get comfortable with, right? How much can you take before it bothers you?
And I think
it sounds like 2 isn't enough.
It is.
Amazing. Folks, right here, 45 minutes from now, outstanding program. You want to understand the option market, great option strategies. Check it out. Kevin, you have a great one, safe one, and of course, we look forward to the program in 45 minutes.
Great talking to you guys.
You too,
also.
Kevin.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Dow's up 33, Nasdaq's down 8, S&P's up 4.5. Come right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, Taz understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the Taz Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the Taz Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome, folks. Dow up 53, NASDAQ down 5, S&P's off 3. And we had a quick little sell-off in those S&Ps, the market in general, right?
Yeah.
Right off the
9:30, man.
Yeah.
It just started, and it started with a bang. I mean, just jumping into it real quick, I have it up here. There's your S&P chart, right? We're hanging in positive territory. You see the pop last night. You got a little bit of a pop on the close, because that's Apple, trading higher at 430. The markets continue higher. We can't just hang from 10 o'clock last night all the way right until the fun begins at 9:30, right on the dot. You go from 3290, almost 20 S&P points shaved off it in the span of a half hour before we come on the show. We're just kind of hanging out down there right now.
And if we go over to the, let's go into the NASDAQ. So, you know, we get the NASDAQ right now. The composite is off 7 points. You know, Apple, of course, is putting big juice into the Dow, into the NDX 100. But what's hurting it is the chip sector.
Yeah, AMD had their earnings last night.
Down 10%, 9%. That thing is it's down hard, no doubt. And then XLMX. Now, Xilinx has been down for a while, I believe.
Down almost 10%, I think.
Yeah, look at that number. Let's pull Xilinx back here for a bit and see. Yeah, see, that definitely hasn't been operating like the rest of the chip sector. 141 in April of 2019, down to
last year.
Down to 89.
Yeah.
So go back to AMD for a second. Let's see what they have to say here. False shot. Okay, AMD gave a lackluster forecast for the current period. Yeah, interesting, man.
So it looks like the revenue in the first 3 months of the year, they're forecasting $1.8 billion, plus or minus $50 million. The market was looking for $1.87. That's a decent amount of revenue from this. You know, they're just decimal points, but when you're talking about billions, they add up, man.
Big number.
Yeah.
So, oil, right?
We sure do, man.
Yeah.
We get oil, and the oil's had. I mean, as the market turned, look at that turn in oil, man, on the same exact deal. So the oil slide begins at actually 8.30. We make it all the way up to 54.35, and we make it all the way almost down to 53, 53.06. We're trading at 53.23 right now. We'll pull up the oil contract. I'm going to refresh this to make sure we have all the up-to-date spreads. We'll get into crude. Let's check out the 11 a.m.s first. We're trading at 53.19. We're going to have 53.25 with possible exposure. Not bad. We're only 7 pennies away from the floor and the ceiling. So here's your bullish spread, 53.25 up to 54.75. It's going to be 7 pennies out of the money. You'll be buying it. You're paying 18 bucks. Basically, you're getting in at 53.43, which is 18 pennies above the 53.25 floor. Again, all of that premium, no intrinsic value out of the money. And then on the bearish side, if you want to have both legs of it, make it a volatility trade. The difference being that, yes, this trade we're going to have, I just want to make sure, yes, this trade we have intrinsic value, 3 pennies. It's moving quickly. That's what threw me off, because this one's only 23, this one's 18 as they recalibrate. So you're looking at about $43, $45, call it, with commissions. So you need 45 cents a movement away from 53.25 prior to the 11 a.m. to break even. And to see where we line up, let's see where the spreads line up on noon. You might not get the same exact point. You do, 53.25. All right, so the bullish spread, this time costing us $25 because we got an extra hour.
It's not bad for that extra hour.
It's not. With the type of volatility we're seeing, you're looking at 26, and that's because we've ticked up almost to within a penny of where we're at. So you're looking at pretty fair trades on each side, as in the only thing to keep in mind, you have 3 penny spread here. You have a 6 penny, 5 to 6 penny spread on the bid offer on the sell. But you're looking at about 50 cents of movement, $50, which represents 50 cents of movement in the price of oil prior to noon. I mean, not bad. We just got a $1.30 movement without the news even coming yet. And then let's see how the 230s line up before we jump over to the Whisper and see. So we'd have $54 you could have exposure on the daily, and $54, so those really don't line up too well. I mean, if you wanted to go bearish, not a bad trade, as in you cap your losses about 75 cents above where you are at least, right? You're able to sell it. 54 to 49, just kind of putting out trading ideas. You want to be bearish, not a bad trade. If you really were worrying about getting a pop, you're able to sell it at 53.16, 10 pennies below the market, and for selling it 10 pennies below the market, you get a risk reward where you're capped if oil does somehow spike higher to $54. Not sure you're going to see that spike today with how that's pulled back, but we'll find out in
and let's see what we got here.
7 minutes when we get those oil numbers at 10:30.
Yes, and so 53.14. Look at this. So this didn't hold price today. Oil's been on a one-way track, no doubt about that.
Right?
Yes, I'll go with it. It's going to go 52.13.
So you'd be a little bearish, continuing that trend.
Looks like it wants to go down and test that baby.
So pulling up the Whisper number, we got crude market looking for us. So the analyst survey number, average analyst estimate, a rise of 1.2 million barrels. The Whisper number, a little bit lower, only looking for a rise of about 670,000 barrels. If you'd be bearish, you'd be looking for more oil in the market, right? So where are we coming in at? Let's put a guess in there.
Let's do over 1.2.
Okay.
Let's say 2.
2?
Yeah.
2 on the dot.
Yeah.
2 million barrels. Sounds good to me. Nice even number. 2 million barrels. So we get those numbers in 5 minutes. We'll find out where oil reacts. But boy, oh boy, it's been some volatility. And it looks like, what was interesting this morning, I was listening. You can jump around to the charts. You had markets in positive territory, right? You had the futures up 10, 12 points in the S&P. But you also had bonds trading up in price.
Right.
Which has not happened, right? Usually if you get markets up, people are flaking it. They call it risk on, right? You're taking money out of bonds, you're putting it in stocks. If that happens, you should see bonds trading lower in price, a little bit higher yield. So it kind of hinted maybe to what we saw on the open.
Yes. No, and here, watch this.
It was really interesting.
You're going to see a full rejection of lower price. That's the wrong one. Let's see, USH. Yeah, look at so that's this is what's that?
10:30 last night.
Oh, okay. That's 8:30. Oh, that's 3:30.
What were you?
Well, no, it's rejected lower price. So it actually rejected the lower price last night. But it is, this note and bond market is something else, man.
Sure.
I mean, it's just like nonstop.
Right. And where are we in terms of 10-year yield? 1.617 right now. Right? Sitting. Yeah.
I hit 1.608.
Let's see where we are on the curve. So we're sitting at 2-year, 1.433. 10-year, 1.617.
Imagine that they used to be so close to us. That was inverted at one point,
and they used to be further away. You know what I mean? These have tightened a bit, flattened, as they would call it. I know, because we get so much happening today, man. We got a Fed day at 2 o'clock, too, along with, like we said, Facebook, Microsoft, Tesla, Fed day.
And we're coming into window dressing on top of that, right? When's the first? The first is Friday, right? Yeah.
Yes. Is it?
Yeah.
No, first being Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, pretty wild, man.
Yeah.
Lots of action. If we go take a look at BYND, there's a lot of news.
One more time,
and beyond there, right?
There's a lot of news everywhere.
Yeah. So.
What are they doing today?
Beyond is, well, you get the yin and the yang. One of them is KFC is, putting Beyond Meat in their chicken nuggets.
Okay.
And then you get Tim Hortons is taking everything, I guess they're...
their products pulled from Tim Hortons.
Exactly.
So they got a good and a bad story out there.
They got a good and a bad. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, 8 Welcome back, folks. This is a monster number. We'll see what oil has done. Huge number, right?
Top line number, crude oil inventories rising 3.55 million barrels. We saw the estimate, right? 1.2. Whisper was about a rise of 600,000. We put in there 2 million. Gas inventories rising 1.2 million barrels. Jumping back to the charts to see how we're reacting to that number. And we got oil above 54, I believe. Below 53. Yes, that would make sense. More oil than we are. I just saw it ticking around. Not too big of a reaction, though. We were at 53.23.
Not for what you're talking about, 3.5 million barrel build?
And maybe the market's saying, you know what?
It's been down dramatically.
It has. You know, it's down $1.30 over the last 2 hours alone. And a few million barrels, not a big deal when the market's really trying to understand how the economy is going to be shaped by the coronavirus. I mean, you have airlines shutting down flights, right? They're all using crude oil, gasoline. Let alone the slowdown, Chinese plants, cities, production capacity, all that stuff. I think that's what's weighing on crude. But still a reaction. But look at that, man. Right back up, 53.15. No real reaction on that news as oil sitting right above $53 right now.
Amazing.
And this,
And, you know, if we go over to United Airlines for a second, so check this out. This is amazing. I was talking about this yesterday afternoon. Apple. Here it is right here. This is just amazing.
Yeah, I heard this as well.
I mean, you know, Apple's huge. There's no doubt about it. But look at this. Apple, folks, buys 50 business class seats per day.
Yep.
From San Francisco to the Shanghai. It's evidently a nonstop flight. It's like, and United's going to stop flying there from February 1st to the 5th or 6th or 9th or something.
Yeah.
That's amazing, though, isn't it?
It is.
50 seats a day.
And I was listening to your show, saying, it makes sense, $1 trillion company, but that is a lot of people every single day. I mean, you're talking about filling the whole fifth of a plane. You know, if there's 250 people, and those planes flying to China, they're huge, right? They're not small planes. And I imagine they're buying some quality seats, business class seats. But it is. I mean, that's a whole team of people every single day. But guess what, man? They're making everything that they almost sell in China.
That's right. And that's what
their
I was
whole
saying.
supply chain is over there.
That's right. What they're saying is that there's mostly engineers that they want to be close to. It would make sense. The factory. That's I mean, it seems real simple. We just hit the phone, but they're sophisticated devices.
Oh man, right. Yeah. And I heard one analyst talking about yesterday, just kind of commentary on it, saying one of the main reasons that Tim Cook got this job is the way he was able to manage supply chains.
Interesting.
And so he might be the best suited man to have at the helm on something like this, and maybe that's why you see Apple trading higher. No fears about what's going on over there right now as of yet.
It's really moving now. Look at this. This is... This just got a little pop.
Yep.
Oh, I guess it did.
No, I mean, the low intraday was 321. We're up almost $4 off the low.
And I think 323 was the last high, And 323 was the last high, which was generated last Friday.
And can you go to the description? What are they putting for a market cap as of right now? 1.42. Wow. We just left $1 trillion in the dust, man.
Unbelievable.
How about Microsoft? Can we jump to them? They get their earnings after the bell tonight. What are they sitting at? 1.271. They got some catch up to get the Apple in their sights.
And look, they're right at the highs. They're going to be looking to print.
And I believe we'll jump to Thinkorswim. I think the move somewhere around $5.20.
Okay.
The market pricing in for their earnings. We'll jump to it in a moment. But
$35.7 billion. They're looking for the gross and $1.32 to the bottom line.
Okay.
So let's go over to that. See. So we're up $1.20 right now.
Jump over to the Analyze tab. Before we jump away from it, we'll jump to Tesla, $51. How about that?
Wow.
It would make sense.
10%.
Are you going to be the guy selling calls to somebody or puts on earnings day? I will. Yeah. But that basically means that a put and a call at the money is going to be about $26, which would make sense, right? You want to buy a call, $26 at the money. You want to buy a put, $26. You want to buy them both for volatility, about $52 a movement that they're going to be pricing in. That's a big one for sure.
Seriously.
Facebook, before we get to it, about $10.62 they're pricing in. And
it's a big number.
It is. And then Microsoft a little more muted because they don't have the type of volatility. $5.57 now, the market pricing in.
So we're going to have some movement here.
And I believe Apple had about $13 or $14 when we were looking at it yesterday.
Right.
And what do we have Apple up now? About $6.80. So not quite the move that they were pricing in there. But Apple If you started from the beginning of the trading day yesterday, they were up $7 yesterday, and they're up another 7 today. So it actually kind of did. You could have bought those options at the end of the day yesterday. So, but between 2 days, the lead-up market really accelerated yesterday on Apple.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Yeah,
there's no doubt.
And let's get into so we'll jump back to earnings. So there's Microsoft, what they're looking to take in. How about Facebook? Can we pull up their numbers?
This is a monster number, man. I mean, this is like crazy.
And I showed you. We scrolled through the Instagram feed, so I could show you how many ads are popping up. And it is more than I think people realize. You have become accepted, like Kevin Hanks was talking about. How many ads are users okay with? I don't think we even realize how many ads you're okay with on a daily basis if you're scrolling Instagram, Facebook, or whatever it is.
Look at the growth, folks. It's like astronomical. I mean, they're talking over a 3-year period, 44% like across the board.
Yeah.
Like the whole world.
It's huge.
And so this quarter, they're looking for almost 21 billion. And as I said a little bit earlier, they took in 27 billion all year.
Yes.
In 2016.
Huge.
Man.
And it's a mobile world, and Facebook is really, I think, transitioned well to everything being mobile.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Let me just pull this back. I just got to see this. And wow. That's a one. I just put this, folks, on a 15-year deal, but let's see, that's only.
It only goes back to 12.
That's 2012,
which I believe is when they went public.
$18 to $219.
Because I think they had a quick pullback, right? They went up to 45.
Yeah.
They traded all the way down to a low of 17.55 in September of 2012, and then take off like a rocket ship. And the real big one, where they started, you could say, was July of 2013. You go from 24 to 38 and never look back.
That is something else. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
You know, and don't forget, folks, every trading day, of course, Tommy's got a new show, kicks it off at 8:30, morning market kickoff, but you have the update. Now, the update is right on the front page under featured content, and this week, I mean, if you want to catch up on these numbers coming out real fast, Cliff Notes version.
These are easy to write on a day like today, man, in terms of what we have going on. So we had Apple, of course. We got their numbers breaking down. McDonald's we haven't gotten into. We haven't gotten into Boeing. I mean, there's just so much going on right now today that we can get into. So this was as of the morning, 32.89 when we updated this. You get the Apple numbers in there. Before we dig into it, right, there's the iPhone revenue. So almost 56 billion versus 51. Services, though, they missed.
Yes.
And that's what Kevin was talking about. You know, should they have the multiple that they have? If they're trying to transition to a services company, they just crushed out of the park on iPhone revenue. You can't discount the fact that they took in more than $1 billion a day in revenue, but they missed on services. But like you said, other products. I mean, I've seen people talk about if you just take their other products, and I've just heard people say if you just take their earpods, the AirPods, and you turn that into a company, you add a multiple, it's like one of the biggest S&P 500 companies out there just by itself, because $10 billion of revenue, you add a multiple, you put a market cap on it, it's mammoth, and it's just their earbuds. Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are going to be coming right back. We're going to get our man Teddy Kegstad. We're going to be talking currencies. Dow up 89. That's getting a hit here.
Yes.
Nasdaq up 6. S&P's up 1. Come right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the Tax Opportunity Zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow up at 114, NASDAQ up 15, S&P's up 2.5. Let's go to our man, Mr. Teddy Cakes, as we do each and every Wednesday at 40 past the hour. You can reach Teddy every trading day, folks, at forex-trading-unlock.com. That's forex-trading-unlock.com. Teddy Cakes, what's going on, brother?
Oh, you know what? We got the coronavirus to talk about today, I think, huh?
There is no doubt, man.
Lots happened since last week when we talked to you, for sure.
Absolutely. And you know how I've been the dollar bear now since the end of October and going into this year, even though it's been strong for the month of January, you know, I've been viewing it as a correction.
Yes.
I think now that this fundamental that this is now in the marketplace, I think we might push the dollar rally some more now. I really do, with the way these numbers are going, because you know, we look for technical setups and there's fundamental setups, like we have the Fed going on right now.
Sure.
You know what? I think that this is really a driving factor because it has such a big ripple effect. And I think that, you know, they keep calming, like the stock market seems to be absorbing it a little bit better again today than just like it did on Monday, you know. But I think that the reality is that when you start looking at these numbers, like on Friday, we had the second case of the virus in Chicago.
Yes.
Now there's 5 nationally, you know. Now, when you're looking at these numbers, now on Friday I was looking at the markets and I'm like, I don't normally sell into lows, and I really don't. And you know how I'm bearish the dollar, and I got long the dollar and short a couple currencies because I was just looking at it. I'm like, well, the swap is in my favor, and if these numbers start to grow, it's going to start to fuel the currency markets, and it's starting to really show that, where there's divergence of certain currency crosses. The yen right now, it's kind of interesting. It's a bull. I think it set a nice short-term low 2 days ago.
Okay.
But the other currencies, honestly, I think that the euro, especially, I think that they may really be in jeopardy of starting to hit some really big lows over the next couple of weeks if these numbers don't stop. You know, because this morning I woke up, they told me that I looked at the news reporting, and it said over 6,000 cases in the Wuhan district.
Heavy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yesterday afternoon, 12 hours earlier, 14 hours earlier, it was at just over 5,000.
Yeah.
You know. And the day before, it was at 2,800. So now every day within 12 hours to 24 hours, we're growing at a rate of 1,000 to 2,000 people or more. That's a big deal, you know. So if these outbreaks start to really come into now we know that there's a case in Germany, there's a case in Taiwan, Singapore, all these countries. If you look at them, if they're where we were last week, and now we go into another weekend. If those countries start to have numbers like China is showing now next week, we're going to have a big impact in the currencies. So not to dwell on a news story, but I think that that's really the biggest driver now in the currencies you have to look out for.
Well, there's, Larry, who does the show at 9, he was, he has a place in Hong Kong, and he was showing pictures of the trains with no one in them.
Sure.
No one. And he was talking about that even at midnight there, you can't even get a seat. So,
usually you're saying.
Yeah,
right.
so the movement has stopped. And I can picture, I'm glad there's only 2 cases in Chicago, but, I mean, if that went up to 10 or 20, people would start freaking out, right? I mean, I'd start.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you got to look at it as, first it started with these Asian countries. Now that Germany has it, we have it. You're going to start to see if these numbers do grow. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully things are contained, and but if it isn't, if it really does start to become not necessarily an epidemic but an issue, I can't see how that's not going to impact the markets no matter what. I think the dollar will be bullish. The Swiss franc, I've been a very big bull for a couple months, except for in this current correction.
Yes.
I think that the Swiss, if this really goes this way, you could see the Swiss up back at 98.5, maybe even 99 cents again. And if it really goes on for a couple of weeks and starts to spread, especially you look at the EU, you have Brexit this Friday, and then you have the woes with the Italian government and their debt market starting to spring up. If they start to have any type of medical issue that starts to grow in Germany, let alone in the EU, I think that the euro could be down back to parity, and I think that the Swiss, the dollar Swiss could be at parity as well.
That's a big number. Yeah. The euro back at parity. Yeah, right. Yeah. No, I can see it because it's been teetering on this 110. I mean, it hasn't been able to catch any traction, and what does happen, of course, is that if you get one fast move, a penny or something, then forget it. You can get 5. I mean,
And the euro U.S. dollar has been in a tight range now since the summer, for a year and a half, really. But since July, August, it's basically been in a $4.50 range, And we're starting to lay on support in a way that, before the euro U.S. dollar would absorb everything, no matter whether it was a fundamental thing or a technical thing going on in the market. But this is something that's much deeper than that. I don't want to sensationalize it. I don't think it's going to be some major pandemic, but I do believe that it is going to impact things. You had British Airways today that said they're stopping all flights to China. Yeah. So this is not a government mandate. This is the business sector saying we're not risking our people or, so.
Right.
That's pretty intense that British Airways stopping to China, man. That's
I mean, on one side you have less customer demand, right? Less people going there. And on the other side of it, you have your employees. Are you going to look at those employees and say, you're jumping on a plane and we're sending you over to where this is happening? Yeah. Maybe not. It's both sides of it. It is.
Right. Yeah, dead pilots don't fly very well.
No. And I would not, there's only so much you work for, man.
Oh, yeah, and not that.
No, exactly.
Not that. Yeah, there's no doubt.
Right. So, and I think that the yen, it's kind of funny, how we've been a bull with the dollar yen.
Yeah.
I think that that's still going to stay in focus. I think that trend will maintain itself. And I think that the yen also, if this does continue to grow in China, and especially if it starts to spread to Vietnam and Singapore, like it seems like there are cases, I think you'll see a little flight to quality in the yen because at least in Asia, I mean, you got to think about it. Where's big money going to go as far as currencies right now? You'd want to buy the Swiss, but if Europe's going to start to look bad, they're going to feel it too. So the dollar is going to be your flight to quality, and in Asia, your flight to quality is definitely going to be the yen.
Yes. Yes.
So,
man, there's a lot of moving pieces, particularly. And what's so intriguing too, of course, is that between the conversation like 2 weeks ago and now, this thing comes out of nowhere. Yeah. You know what I mean? You got markets at highs. All of a sudden, it's like, okay, it's not an earnings deal. It ends up being basically a medical deal.
And not to spread more fear, but you got to think about everything in terms of you're saying it was like 2 days ago at 2,500, right? Yeah. Now it's at 6,000, so that's 3,500. If you ever look at it percentage-wise, where it's literally gone from 50% almost increase from 2,800 to 4,500 to 6,000. If you start going 50% every day. Compounding that level is just, I don't even want to say where you get to 100 or 200,000 cases in no time.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it yet. I sent that article this morning about the boy. Here it is right here. So this 10-year-old boy, right? The case of a 10-year-old boy who is diagnosed with the coronavirus, even though he showed no symptoms, is raising concern that people may be spreading the virus undetected by frontline screening methods. You know, so
and the family had him tested just because they said no, get him tested.
Yes,
doesn't matter that he has 0 symptoms. And guess what? He came back positive, and they said you're going to have these mild cases that people aren't even being reported because they're not even sick, but meanwhile they're spreading it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty intense.
And let me ask you guys a question. Don't you think that because we're at the height of earnings season, especially this week, that's one of the things that's helping to prop up the market right now?
And window dressing. I mean, because they're real numbers. Apple blow out numbers, you know what I mean? And it is what it is, you know, but that doesn't mean that you're not just going to test the highs and then see you don't want to be here,
S&P is going back up as we speak, too.
You got to love it.
Totally.
Teddy, you have a great one, safe one.
Thanks,
Look forward
Teddy.
to speaking to you next Wednesday. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. And folks, big night tonight, 4 to 5:30. Our man, Mr. Larry Pesavento, is going to be doing his webinar for his subscribers. Real easy to be a subscriber. Just come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to hit Fibonacci 24/7. You can hit subscribe. All the newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So the bottom line is that you can get it for a month, 6 months, a year. You still get a 30-day money-back guarantee. You're going to be in a great workshop. The workshop tonight is going to cover
Oh boy, a lot of stuff. Supply and demand, how to read it, how in combination with this trademark ABCD pattern you can control risk, maximize profit, number of different topics over the 90 minutes, a hidden in plain sight trend change pattern that gives you early entry into the trend, how to find and update key harmonic numbers to trade against in futures, forex, and stocks. 3 go-to patterns, how to translate them into supply and demand and how to use them for entries, the continued importance of the opening price, how to use Fibonacci numbers to indicate a continuation move, how to use the time of day when taking a position. And in my program this morning at 8:30, I was just taking a look at the updates Larry had put out. This is just this morning to give a glimpse, all right? So he's got a Dow video out there. He's got a crude video. He's got a gold video. I touched on the Sunday report that you gain access to. I couldn't even make it through all the charts, let alone the summation, the text he's talking about. He's got an S&P nightly video. You gain access to all the archives. And, of course, the webinar tonight that will be archived for subscribers. 90 minutes. Watch as many times as you like. So check it out. Sign up. Last chance tonight, 4 p.m.
Great
with the man,
education.
Larry Pezzamento.
Huge education.
Totally.
And a great market to basically trade,
right?
folks.
And when he's doing that, you're going to get Facebook. You're going to get Microsoft. You're going to get Tesla earnings during that. And one last check on oil. Higher prices, no matter what, man.
Higher prices.
$53.37, the price of that March crude.
There you go. Stay right there, folks. We got TD Ameritrade coming up next, and I'm Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Go get him, folks.